Measles is a concern because it's quite contagious. Oftentimes people don't know that they're sick with measles until they've been in contact with a lot of people. Someone could go to a store where the virus actually stays in the air for 2 hours after that person leaves that store. And so you can imagine that there's lots and lots of people that could potentially get sick. So the symptoms of measles generally include fever, chills, runny nose. Sometimes people can have a cough. And then what can happen is a few days after those symptoms, they can get a rash. It's important that you call ahead to your doctor or the emergency department if that's where you have to go, because measles is so contagious. And we want to make sure that if you're going to see a doctor or an emergency because you're so sick, that you don't get others sick. If you think you've been exposed to measles, it's really important to make sure that you check your vaccination status. If you've had the 2 doses of the MMR vaccine, you're likely protected. And if not, then it's really important that you contact your doctor or public health in case you've been exposed. If someone has measles, public health will go ahead and contact them and try to identify anyone who's been in contact with that person to see if they are at risk of getting sick. Talk to them about isolating themselves and staying home and making sure that anyone who needs a vaccine gets vaccinated. Historically, we saw lots of people get vaccines for measles, and now we're seeing, for various reasons, not as many people. And so when you have less part of the population getting vaccinated, those vaccine preventable diseases such as measles are going to come back. And it's scary because it's a serious illness, and it causes, not just bumps and a rash, but it can cause people to get really, really sick, to be in the hospital and potentially die. And so it's really important that people make sure they have up-to-date measles vaccine, and they talk to their doctor, they talk to the health unit to make sure they're protected, because that's our best defense against this illness.